Hey guys, it's Sophie. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're doing a makeup video, which I'm super excited about because I love makeup. I love filming makeup videos. So this was a trend that went around. I saw it on YouTube, I think like 6 months ago or maybe 3 months ago. I don't know. It's a trend that's been going around. I'm a little late to it, but like I'm always late to stuff, so better now than never, right? So today we're gonna do what I would buy if I lost all my makeup. So like my must-have makeups, the ones I just love, the ones that work for me really well. And yeah, I'm super excited to get into today's video, so let's go. But let's start off with my favorite primer. If I lost all my primers, this is the one I would buy first. And it is the NYX Plump Right Back Primer. I saw this on TikTok, I think in January. So one of my favorite content creators, her name is Claudia Walsh, she was talking about it, and then I bought it. And it's a little expensive for a drugstore makeup, like it's like $17. It's a little expensive, but I do love it. It comes with a pump, and then it just, you know, it squirts out like that. It's just clear, and I really do like it. It feels really nice, and I feel like it does like make me look more awake, and it helps my skin to like keep my makeup on. It's like a little tacky, but not too tacky, and it feels really nice. So besides it being a little expensive, I definitely love this primer, and if you haven't tried it, I would recommend it. And it's like the first one I'd buy if I didn't have any. Trust me, this would be what I'd buy. Next thing I do after primer is I don't know if it's called like priming my eyes, but I don't know, like under eye concealer. And I like to do it before my foundation, like a little underpaint moment. I don't know, I'm not sure if this is like the part in your makeup routine that like you're supposed to put it on. This is the step that I like to put it on after. And this is the Milani Supercharged Brightening Under Eye Tint, and I get the lightest shade. Yes, this is what it is. I get it in the shade 110. It's called Pink Rose. I did turn my lighting down a little bit because I feel like products just weren't showing up as good. So yeah, I like to just, you know, I shake it a little bit, then I plop it out, and then I put it under my eyes. And I also love to use this product when I'm not wearing makeup. Like when I went to the lake the last couple of days, I was wearing my contacts just so like I could swim and like still see, and I could like go on the boat and like still see, and wear my sunglasses and still be able to see. But I didn't do the rest of my makeup. I literally just did this and some sunscreen, and that made me feel a lot better because I feel like if I ever wear my contacts, I always feel the need to wear makeup, like a full face, just because like I have dark circles and I'm really like insecure about them. So this is a good way to like still kind of cover them up, but I don't have to wear a full face. And I feel like that helped a lot. Like, I guess you can be the judge of that, but I think it helped my under eyes a lot. And I think it feels really nice, and it's affordable, and I just seriously love it. And this is the only one I own. Like, this is the one that I own. This is like, if I ever lost it, I'd buy it again. You know what I mean? Like, I love it. I think it just adds to the concealer. Like, sometimes if I ever forget this and I do my concealer and my foundation, I'm like, my under eyes don't look as bright because I forgot to put this on. Like, I really think it makes a difference. Okay, I do one more like prep step before I do my foundation, and that is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. And I really like this stuff. At first, I wasn't like a huge fan of it because I thought that maybe it was like too glowy, which coming from me, that's a lot because I love a glow. And I would always compare it to my L'Oreal Glow Lotion, which I also love a lot. And I would buy that one as well, but I finished that one up and now I'm onto this one. And I'm not sure, when I run out of this one, I'm not sure if I'm gonna buy this one again or that one, but like I do love them both a lot. And if you are a person who likes to be glowy, or if you have like really good skin maybe and you just want to wear this as your foundation, like I just think it's so good, it's so pretty. And someone on my TikTok, when I showed it off, were like, it looks so orange because this is the lightest shade. And I will admit that, yeah, like in the bottle it looks kind of orange, and when I put it on my skin, you know, it looks a little orange. But once I blend it out, I feel like it looks fine. Like the color match is like pretty good once you blend it out, and it just gives like the prettiest glow. And that's why, another reason why I like to put it underneath my foundation, because then that glow is still there under the foundation but it's not like so glowy and in your face, but it's just like that like light glow still. So yeah, I really do like this. And it was $15, and it's a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury, what is it, Hollywood Filter. So yeah, I love that. It's a dupe. e.l.f.'s been duping everything lately. I personally love that because I don't like to spend a lot of money, but I do understand that people, they're like, oh, but they should come up with their own ideas. It's like, I get that, but at the same time, you know, there is a need for like people to be like, oh, I want to try this, but I can't afford it. So there is a need, you know, for like dupes. So I am really excited that they're duping everything, but I'm also excited for them to come out with like new stuff in the future, you know? But as I'm blending this in, you can see that it's like not as orange, and you can see it's really, really glowy. And I really do like that. And then I think once I put foundation on, it just like looks even better because it's like more of a natural glow, whereas this is like a glow in your face. I just realized I did not have my vanity lighting on because I have my ring light today. So yeah, if it looks a little brighter, I turn my vanity light on. But now we're moving on to foundation, and oh, this was my favorite foundation I tried last year. I think it's still my favorite foundation ever. I wasn't using it for a good 6 months because I ran out and I wanted to try a couple other foundations. But when I tell you that this just is everything to me, I think it's so good. It's the e.l.f. Camo CC Cream. It's a dupe for the It Cosmetics CC Cream, and it has SPF 30 in it, which I really love. And it's not like heavy and doesn't look cakey because it's a CC cream, but it's a CC cream that actually has some coverage, which is good because I do not have amazing skin. It honestly looks pretty good right now, but I still do have some blemishes that I would like to cover up. And I just love that this is like still a lighter consistency, but there's still coverage. Because I remember I was using the, what is it, the L'Oreal like serum foundation. I don't know, I'll pop a picture of it. I hated that. Like, it gave no coverage. It was a messy bottle because of the dropper. And like, I mean, it felt nice because it had like hyaluronic acid and stuff in it, but besides that, I didn't like it. But I made myself use it all because I spent $20 on it, and $20 is not going to waste. But yeah, I'm really happy to have this back. Like, I picked this up on the e.l.f. website a couple weeks ago, and I'm just like still obsessed with it. Like, if I ever ran out of it, I'd definitely buy it again because it's definitely my favorite. And I feel like I've had some people in my life try it out and they're like, oh my god, yeah, this is good. So that makes me feel good that I recommend stuff to people and they actually like it. Because yeah, that would suck if they're like, oh Sophie, all the makeup you like it doesn't work for me. That would make me sad. But I'm happy that people have told me in my real life that they watch my videos on it and they like it. That's like such a good feeling. But yeah, I'm just gonna blend this in. And as you can see, it has coverage, which I absolutely love. And I love that it has the SPF in it because I'm a ghost and I burn like crazy. Okay, so I just finished blending that in and I look like a ghost now, but that is fine because we can contour, we can bronze, it don't matter. But yes, this is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Beauty Wand. I tried this in a video a couple months ago and I'm seriously obsessed with it. And I feel like back in the, oh geez, that was a lot. Okay, back in the day I would have said that my favorite contour was the Rare Beauty contour stick, but I don't know, I just really like that this shade is like so cool toned because I have cool tones. So like the Rare Beauty one is just like really like orange, even though I got the lightest shade of that. So like, even though it blends really well, I just didn't like the shade, like the warmth tones of it, but I just kind of put up with it because I was like, oh, but I like how it blends and stuff. So I'm really happy that I have this from e.l.f. because I just think it's so good. And it's the shade, it's the lightest shade, so I think it's like, I don't even know, it doesn't even say, but it's the lightest shade and it blends out really quickly, which I really like. And again, it's more of that like cool tone, so I feel like it matches me really well. And I have heard some people say like, oh, like it's like too light, it's like too cool tone, like it doesn't really like sculpt me. And the good thing about these wands is that they are so buildable. Like if you know, do your face with it and you want some more, you can definitely add more and it won't look crazy. Like it'll just blend right in still. I'm a person who like likes a light sculpting. I don't know, I don't like crazy sculpt lines. I just like, you know, it's very like, there's a slight shadow, but it's not a lot, and that's what I prefer personally. And because it's not so warmed tone, it blends even quicker than the Rare Beauty one does for me, and I love that. And these were only $9, okay? And the Rare Beauty one is like $26. Like, love Selena. I love the Rare Beauty bronzer stick, but like, or contour stick, but like, if I can get something for like a third of the price, I'm going to, you know what I mean? But if you want to see me try Rare Beauty, I will link that video down below. I tried it out for my birthday last year, and there were some hits and there were some misses. I feel like I have like very unpopular opinions when it comes to makeup, but you know, that's okay. To each their own, you know, to each their own. So as you can see, it's blending in super quickly, and there's just like that slight shadow, which I really enjoy. So that is definitely the contour wand, stick, contour, whatever. That is what I would buy first if I ever ran out. Okay, so my concealer that I'd buy first if I ever lost my makeup is 1000% the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. This gets so much hype online, but I gotta say, it deserves it. I just absolutely love it. I love how easy it is to like blend in. In my opinion, I do not think it's cakey. I feel like if anyone ever complains about this concealer, it's because they think it's cakey, but like, I personally don't think it is. And my favorite part about this concealer is that it's hydrating formula, right? And it doesn't feel heavy, but it still has coverage, which is what I desperately want. Like, I like to like feel like I'm not wearing a lot of makeup, but like, I need more coverage because I just don't have the best skin, you know? So for me, that's like, this is my perfect concealer, and it's only $7, so it's like super affordable. And I've heard it's supposed to be a dupe for the Tarte Shape Tape. I tried the Tarte Shape Tape like once years ago, and I did really like it. I bought like a mini one just to like test it out for a video, and I did really like it, but I hadn't been using this concealer yet when I tried the Tarte Shape Tape, so I don't know if it's like an exact dupe for it, but I've heard that it is. So if you're looking for a new concealer and you haven't tried this one yet, I recommend it. I remember back in the day, I think I tried the normal Camo one. I don't like that one. It has to be the hydrating one. Like, it has to, because if you use the normal Camo one, I can get where people are like, oh, it has good coverage, but it feels cakey and it like looks cakey. I can see what they're talking about, because that's what I remember thinking about the normal Camo one back in the day. I remember thinking good coverage, but I don't like how it feels and it kind of looks cakey. So yeah, I would agree with like those critiques on the normal one, but personally I don't think the hydrating one has that issue. So I'm gonna blend this out and then we will move on. So I still look like a ghost, obviously, but before we get into like bronzing and stuff, I'm going to do some more cream stuff. So I don't have like a favorite like blush, like cream blush yet. I wish I did. I haven't found like that perfect one yet. Tried the Rare Beauty one, thought it was too much in my personal opinion. And then I just tried the e.l.f. Halo Glow one, the blush that's like the Charlotte Tilbury dupe, and you'll see it is pretty, but like it still takes a hot freaking minute to like blend out. And I just like don't like that. Like, I want to find one that's like super easy and blends super quickly. Like, I don't know, I get a little lazy with it. I don't want to sit here forever and blend it out, but it is really pretty. It's only $9 too, so like it's definitely like worth trying. So yeah, this is the lightest shade in the shade Candlelight. I personally like to use my fingers to blend out cream blushes. I just think it like looks more natural and it like blends in quicker. I feel like I'm glad I started blending it in with my fingers, because when I used to blend it in with my beauty blender, it would take like twice the amount of time. I feel like like if you can't, like, cream blushes are for the girlies that just love their makeup and just like have fun with makeup. And I'm kind of one of those girlies where I love makeup, but I can't do it every day, and like I can't do it for more than an hour just because like I get sick of looking at myself. But as you can see, it is really pretty. And again, it's super buildable, so this isn't enough blush for you. You can definitely put more on and it'll look great. So if you have any cream blushes that blend in really super quickly, let me know, because that's what I'm looking for. But it is really pretty. It's my favorite one I've ever tried so far. I just haven't found my favorite one yet, but if I never find my favorite one, this would be the one I'd repurchase. So yes, e.l.f. is killing it. Oh, my camera battery died. Okay, we're back on track. Okay, so after cream blush, I then do a cream highlighter. This is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Beauty Wand. Again, it's like one of those Charlotte Tilbury dupes. It's $9, and I really like this. It's in the shade, oh gosh, what's it? Champagne Campaign. And I got this, like, it's not the gold. It's like the, I don't know how to explain it. It's not the pink shade. It's not the gold shade. It's kind of like in the middle. So it's like a little gold, but like not gold. I don't even know, but I just think it's the perfect shade. And normally I use my Rare Beauty one in like that pinky shade, and I do like it, but once again, like it just doesn't like blend in super quickly, which is my biggest issue with Rare Beauty. It's just like, it's like too pigmented almost. I know that sounds like, oh wow, you don't like a product because it's too pigmented, but like sometimes yeah, that's not what I'm going for. But yeah, so this is what it looks like, and now I'm gonna blend it in, and I just think it blends in so quickly. I'm actually gonna use my fingers, I think, because I just think fingers are faster and they look more natural. And I don't know, I just actually really like this color. I normally always do like a pink highlight, but I've actually really been enjoying this like mixture highlight where it's like kind of gold but like kind of pink at the same time. Like, I don't know, I just think it's a good shade. And yeah, it's only $9. I think I already said that, but love that about it. And I feel like some people have had issues with the blush, some people have issues with the contour, but I have not heard anyone have issues with the highlight. Like, every review I've watched on the wands before I got them, like, everyone loves the highlight, which I agree. Like, the highlight's just beautiful. And again, you can like build it up. I think it has already a pretty sheen to it with just one swipe, but if you want to build it up, go for it, girl. So yeah, this is the highlight, the contour, oh my god, the cream highlight I would buy if I lost all of my makeup. Okay, so I actually use my setting spray a couple times. I saw a video and the girl said to spray your setting spray right after your creams and then right after your powders. So I've been doing that. I've been like doing it twice, and my favorite setting spray for sure, and the one that I would repurchase over anything else, is the e.l.f. Stay All Night Microfine Setting Mist. I absolutely love this stuff. I love how it sprays. There's like no scent really, which I like because I'm sensitive to smells, and it really does make my makeup last longer. And I heard it's supposed to be a dupe for the Urban Decay All Nighter. Again, I haven't tried that because I'm cheap and I don't buy stuff that's super expensive. But yeah, I do love this stuff. So like the setting mist is just so like, it's fine. Like it says, it's like thin, it's not too much. Because I've had setting sprays where you spray it and it's just like it's just a lot coming at you, you know what I mean? And that just feels like a nice, like, ooh, like it's just like a nice little spritz. So yeah, I've been double setting with one before my cream and one with my powders, and I think that's good advice in my opinion, at least for me. I have really dry skin, so you think that like I wouldn't need to double do it, but I do, especially in the summer, because unfortunately I am a girly who sweats a lot and is hot a lot. I am not a cold baby. I feel like all my gal friends are like, oh my god, I'm so cold all the time. And I'm always like, turn on the AC, I'm like so warm. So yeah, this is like really good for me just because I sweat. And it's like 95 degrees today, and we're going to a company barbecue tonight, so I'll definitely be sweating. So it's good to double set. And if you haven't tried this yet, I recommend. I think it's like 10 bucks, so it's super affordable. Okay, now that that's done, I'm gonna powder. And my favorite powder since high school has always been the Rimmel Stay Matte powder. It's literally like $5, $3, I don't even remember. I get it at Walmart, but yeah, I love it. And I take this little Morphe brush and I just dippy, and I always pack it around my nose because that is where I personally get the most breakage, is around my nose. And then I'll take it like on my forehead and on my chin. So basically like the T-zone, and then I like to lightly powder my whole face, but with a different brush, because I feel like this brush is like smaller and like packs more powder in an area than I'd want to on my whole face, just because I like that dewy look. So I like to take this e.l.f. brush I got a really long time ago. I don't even know if you can buy it anymore. It's the e.l.f. Total Face Brush. I just like to dip it and just lightly powder everywhere. But like not so much, you know, I don't want like so much powder everywhere, just like a light dusting. Okay, my second favorite powder I like to use is the Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder. And I like to use this under my eyes, and I think that is where it looks best. I don't really tend to put it on the rest of my face, and I don't tend to put the Rimmel Stay Matte under my eyes. I use this instead because I think it looks better and it like helps with the color correction. And I love this little puffy thing I bought on Amazon, and I think I got a pack of like 10 for like $8. So I've been giving some to my friends, and I still have like 5 left, and I love them. They're easy to clean as well, so I've been reusing it. But yeah, it just works so good to like pack on the powder, get a little bit off, and then you just lightly put it on your under eyes. And I think it really helps to set it and to give me a little bit more brightening. And I'm seriously obsessed with it, and my friend Angela got me into this a few years ago, so thank you, girl, for showing me this, because I love it. And it's like $2–3. It's so affordable. Like, I'm surprised it's not talked about more, but I'm kind of glad it's not talked about a lot, because then it won't be out of stock all the time. But yeah, you see the difference? Like, I feel like that's without, that's with. I feel like there's a difference. I don't know. But yeah. So I'm gonna do that, and then we'll move on to like bronzers and blush and stuff like that. So my favorite bronzer, and the one I'd rebuy if I lost all of them, is in one I just started using recently, and it is the Milani Silky Matte Bronzing Powder in the shade Sunlight. And a YouTuber I watch, her name's Allie Glines. I don't know if she came up with this trend, but I saw her do this trend first, like the whole if I lost all my makeup, this is what I rebuy. And ever since that video, I've watched every video of hers since. Like, I seriously love her now. She's like one of my favorite beauty YouTubers now. And she would always say how amazing that this bronzer is. And I was like, okay, I have to try it. Like, I have to try it. And I totally agree. I think it's such a good color. And again, it's more of that like cool tone brown, which is good for me because I feel like the warm toned like bronzers and contour ones, like, I don't know, like, they either like don't look right or they look too much. Like, I still like to look pretty natural. So I personally love this, and just, it's so nice and it blends so easy. I think it was $11, so it's like a little bit more up there in price. Like my other bronzer I used to use by e.l.f. was like $6. But again, it was like that warm toned brown that I didn't like, but I just would keep buying it because it was cheap and I liked the formula. But yeah, having the like correct like color to match your undertones is like everything. Like, yeah, if it doesn't match your undertones, you can make it work, but like when you get one that matches your undertones, it just makes it like 100 times easier. So this is the bronzer I'd rebuy if I lost everything, and I recommend it. And if you haven't tried it yet and you're looking for a bronzer, go pick it up. I think I got it at Walmart, but I think it's also at like Target and stuff. So yeah. Now we're gonna move on to powder blush, and I always do cream blush and then powder blush on top just to set it and then to give it a little more color. And this has been my favorite blush for 2–3 years, and I did try it for a video for the first time like 2–3 years ago, and I've just been in love with it ever since. It's probably gonna expire soon and I need to get a new one soon, but I'm obsessed with it. And it's the Baked Milani blushes, and this is in the shade Dolce Pink, and it is just, it's so pretty. I love it. I think it looks really nice, and I feel like it lasts quite a long time, which is good because you want that, obviously. And it does set the cream blush, and I think I already told you the price. It's like 10 bucks, and it's seriously my favorite blush. I want to try the Essence blush, the Essence Baked blush, because it's like half the price as this one, and I've heard good things, but part of me feels like no other blush will like top this for me, but we shall see. We shall see. And then my favorite highlighter is the Milani, the Baked Milani highlighter in the shade Dolce Perla. Again, I think it's so pretty. It gives off like such a pretty glow, but it's not like in your face. It's just like pretty, you know, which I love. I do want to try the Rare Beauty highlighters, but every time I look online, they're like sold out. So that is something I do want to try. And the Wet n Wild highlighters are also very, very nice. They're like $5, and that used to be my favorite highlighter. And then I tried this one, and I just got obsessed with this one. But the Milani, what? The Wet n Wild ones are also really good and half the price. So I would say those are like my go-to highlighters and like the ones I want to try. So that's kind of like what I look for in a highlighter, is just like it's still glowy and pretty, but it also is a little more natural. It's not like in your face, you know what I mean? And then I always highlight my nose. I just think nose highlighter is the cutest thing. I feel like people are like Xing highlighter and going all out with the blush, and I'm like, never, never. Me and highlighter, we go together forever, and this is my favorite one, so I would recommend that one if you haven't tried it yet. Okay, I think that's all for my base. I'm going to spray my base again, just because I did my powders, so I'm gonna do my setting spray again. And I do a lot. I am one of those girls that like kind of drenches my face, but I just think it's worth it. And then you push it in with your beauty blender. And yeah, that will be it for the base makeup. We'll come back and do eyes and lips. All right, so let's get going with the eyes and the lips. So first thing I'm going to do is my eyebrows, and I have tried so many eyebrow products lately, like the pens, the like brow setters, the brow pencils, all that, and I still think that brow gel, so brow if you're putting it together, I guess, brow gel is the best. And this is my favorite brow gel. It's the e.l.f. Wow Brow in the shade Taupe is my personal shade. And I think it's like $6. And I just love it, you guys. It takes 2 seconds. It looks natural. And I only really like to use like my pencil or pen or like clear brow gel on top of that if I'm like going to an event and I want to like look fancier, because I don't think it looks as natural. But when I'm going for more like natural, I love to wear this stuff, and I've repurchased it at least 5 times. Like I've repurchased it so many times. I've gotten my mom into it. Like I just think it looks so natural. And then I got this e.l.f. spoolie like brow brush thing at Walmart the other day. It's the e.l.f. eyebrow duo for like $3, and I gotta tell you, I love it. It's so nice. So if you haven't gotten yourself a good eyebrow spoolie and brush, I recommend the e.l.f. one. It's like super affordable and it works great. So I like to brush them out first, and then I like to take my gel. I'm just gonna like fill it in, and I think it looks great. I feel like sometimes people are like, oh, like they don't look like enough, which is funny because a couple years ago people told me that I filled them in too much. So then I was like, okay, like I'll go for something really natural, which is, a gel. And now I feel like people will be like, oh, now they're too natural looking. Like, what? Like sometimes the people on TikTok, they just cannot be pleased, like sometimes you just gotta do you. And if you get hate comments, then you get hate comments. I don't know. I will agree with them though. I used to use a light brown instead of taupe, where taupe is more like a dirty blonde shade. And I do agree, looking back on my videos, my eyebrows were a little too dark for me, which is something I do agree. Like, yeah, they're a little dark. So I love this shade. I'm glad that, I was influenced to change the shade, but yeah, I don't know. Are you a natural brow girly, or do you like the more like penciled in, fluffed up, like really detailed brows? Like, I'm curious, because I definitely like natural better, but I like the more structured brows if I'm doing like a more out there makeup look, if I'm not going for the natural look. So let me know, I'm curious. And again, if you haven't tried this, I recommend it. It's so cheap and it's awesome. I love it. After we do that, we're going to talk about eyebrow primer. I can't speak, you guys. Eyeshadow primer. And I never really used eyeshadow primer until like a year ago. And I think it does make a huge difference. Same with like face primer. I know some people don't think that like face primer does anything, but I gotta tell you, it does like everything in my opinion. And I used to use the Milani eyeshadow primer, which it's fine. It's just, it kind of irritated my eyes a little bit and it was harder to blend in with my skin. So I like this one personally the best. This is the CoverGirl Lid Lockup eyeshadow primer, and I got it at Walmart. I think it's like $8. And I just love to put on my eyelid and then I'll just blend it in with my finger. And I think it's such a good base for my eyeshadow. I know a lot of people use concealer as eyeshadow primer, which you totally can. I personally don't like to do that because, I don't know, I would just rather use concealer on my spots and stuff. Like, I just personally would rather save it for that. But if you are into just using concealer, go for it. But if you're looking for an eyeshadow primer that works really well, is blendable and super affordable, this is the one I recommend, and this is my favorite one and the one I'd buy first if I ever lost all my makeup. All right, now we're gonna talk about eyeshadow, and I don't really have a lot of eyeshadows. I like to use smaller palettes. I'm not a fan of like the huge palettes. I know that you can do a bunch of looks with them, but I personally just like the smaller palettes, like anything more than like 10 shades. Not really my vibe, like not 10, maybe like, yeah, this has 9 shades, but I feel like my biggest palette I've ever used is like 16 shades, and I don't know, I just never used it. It was always at the bottom of my collection because, like, honestly it kind of overwhelmed me. Like, having that many choices, not good for me. But yeah, so I feel like this eyeshadow palette is the perfect size, the perfect colors, the perfect price tag. Like, it's just my favorite palette I've ever owned, and I use it 9 times out of 10. Like, I'm addicted to it. So this is the ColourPop Nude Mood palette, and it comes with 9 shades. I use the top shades more because I use these shades more in like fall and winter, but I definitely use the lighter shades like for spring and summer, and I just think it's perfect. I think it's like $15 or something. This was the first thing I ever tried from ColourPop, and then I also liked their Pretty Fresh Wear foundation. It's a good foundation. It's not my favorite, but it's good. And I like to take this like fluffy brush, and then I dip it in the shade Bluffin', and I just put that like nude shade all over my eye, just because it's like, it's a good base, you know, it's a good base. I'm going to take the shade Bare to Wear, this one right here, with the crease brush. These are Real Technique brushes, and I just like to get quite a bit on the brush. You see, that's like quite a bit. And then I have to make my own crease because I don't have one, so yeah, I just push this into my crease and then we'll blend it out. So this color is kind of more of a like orangey brown, which is funny because I was just saying earlier how I like browns on my face that are more cool toned, and this brown's definitely more warm toned. But for some reason I like that contrast of the browns from my face to my eyes. Like, I have tried just using my bronzer before in my crease and I just don't like it as much. Like, I feel like I like the contrast of the cool tones on my face and then like the warm tones on my eyes. I don't know, but I will say if you don't like kind of more of a warm toned orangey brown, you might not like this palette as much as I do. But they do have the browns. The browns are just like on the bottom. I just tend to use the ones on top more, like that's more my vibe. But yeah, I'm just gonna tell you that because I know not everybody likes warm tone orangey browns. So before I blend it in, I'm gonna take that same shade Bare to Wear with like an angled brush, and I'm going to put it on the corners of my eyelid and then bring it to the middle of my eyelid, and then after I do that I will blend it out with like a blending brush. Alright, so this is a blending brush, a clean blending brush. I'm just gonna blend out the edges, and it's a really like natural, soft, nudish look, but then again, that is what I go for. I don't like really colorful, super out there makeup, at least not on me. I think it looks really bad on me. I only really use blacks and like bright colors for Halloween. Any other day of the year I tend to stick to like nudes and like pinks and blushes and stuff like that. So just blending that out, and then after I'm done blending that out we will put a shimmer because I love shimmer. Okay, so I'm going to take this shimmer shade right in the middle on the top there. It's called Wink Wink, and I love this shimmer shade. I use it all the time. I use this with other eyeshadow palettes just because I love this shimmer shade. And remember when I said I'm only going to put those brown shades into the middle of my eye? That's because the front of my eye to the middle of my eye is going to be the shimmer shade. And I always use my fingers because I just think even if you wet your eyeshadow brush, it just, the shimmers never look as good if you don't use your finger. But that's just my opinion, or maybe that's just how my eyes work. I'm not sure. But yeah, I always use my finger. I just think it looks a lot better. And yeah, it just gives like that pretty little like glow, which I really love. And then again, we're gonna take that blending brush and I'm just gonna kind of mix the middle together, just so it looks a little more cohesive. Okay, and I'm gonna take this little eyeshadow brush. I'm gonna dip that in Wink Wink again. I'm going to put it on the inner corner. I actually bought like an inner corner like eyeshadow stick. I don't know, it looked weird on me. It didn't look right. It just looked like super cakey and looked like crayon. Like, I don't know, it didn't look right. So I have just stuck with this because I feel like it's the only thing that like seems to work for me. So I also take it under my brow bone, which is really pretty. And then I'm gonna take this kind of eyeshadow brush. I don't know how to explain it. It's like a, I don't know, it's not as fluffy and it's kind of more of a like square shape. I don't know, I really like to take that Bare to Wear color again and then just lightly go under my lashes, just very lightly, just to kind of tie it all together. But yeah, that is the eyeshadow look. It's very simple. I do it all the time. So if you've watched like all my makeup videos, you've probably seen me do this eyeshadow look. That's just because I love it. I love it so much. This is my favorite palette I've ever owned. So if I were ever lose all my eyeshadow palettes, this would be the one I buy first, 100%. I know I've talked about this too, but it's like a cute little brush cleaner. It doesn't like clean it completely, but it cleans it just enough where if you want to use it again before washing it, it like takes care of most of it and it won't mess up your next look. I'm seriously obsessed with this. If you don't have one of these, Amazon, Five Below, Walmart, like get one. Get one. Okay, so I just curled my eyelashes off camera. This is just like a cheapy one. I got at Ulta. It's like $8. I don't mind it. I've never really used a bunch of eyelash curlers, so I don't know like what makes them amazing compared to one another. Like, as long as I use it and my eyelashes are curly, I don't care. So yeah, that's what I did off camera. And now we're gonna talk about my favorite mascara, the one that I would repurchase over any mascara, and that is the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara. There's something about this one. I've also used it in the black tube, which is the carbon black, and I like them both. And I don't know what to tell you guys. I love that the wand is so skinny. Like, I know some people might hate that. If you like a thicker wand, this probably isn't for you, but I'm not one of those people. I love a skinnier wand, and I think it just really lifts my lashes. And I'm seriously obsessed with it. It's like $12, so it's a little expensive. There's another mascara I've been using by e.l.f. That's only $6. That's also pretty good. And then I also liked the Maybelline Lash Sensational for a while, which was like $9. So if you are looking for something cheaper than $12, that's what I'd recommend. But this is my all-time favorite one. I never used that one from Lashgate. It was like the telescopic lift or something. Never tried that one, but if you've tried it, let me know if it's any good. Maybe I'll try it one day. But yeah, I got these little mirrors off Amazon. You get a set of these. You get like 3 of them for $4. And I love them. They're so convenient for doing my makeup. I have one in my purse, so it's super convenient for touching up my makeup. And I seriously just love these little mirrors. So if you're looking for a little compact mirror, Amazon. I also love how skinny this wand is because you can really get in there and get like each and every lash and really just get it and grip it and like shimmy it on up. So I feel like that's why I like a small wand. And also small wands are super good for your bottom lashes because, you know, it makes it easier to get them. I feel like another reason why I like a smaller wand is because if it's smaller, I feel like I'm way less likely to like get mascara anywhere other than my eyelashes. Like with bigger wands, I feel like sometimes I'll like get it on my eyelid and stuff, which, you know, is super annoying because then you gotta clean it up. But with a smaller wand, you can be more accurate. Alright guys, so I just finished doing the first coat. Look at the difference. Look at the, like, what? I'm one of those girls that doesn't do like 2 or 3 coats of mascara because I'm just kind of lazy. But I'm sure if I did another coat once this dried, it would be even better. But I personally just really like the one coat. Like, I don't know, I don't need to have super long lashes. I like more of a natural look, but yeah, seriously, just I love this stuff, you guys, so much. And I will be getting the waterproof version for my wedding day. I am a girl who hates waterproof mascara personally, just because it's so freaking hard to get off. But for my wedding, I just know I'm gonna need it because I'm so emotional. Like when I work weddings with my fiance on the weekends, I like will cry at people's weddings and they're strangers to me. So like, I'm definitely gonna cry at my own wedding. So I will be getting this in the waterproof version for my wedding. So, favorite mascara, she's the queen, she's the queen. All right, I have nothing for you when it comes to eyeliner or lashes. I don't wear that stuff. I'm going to on my wedding day, but I'm gonna have my bestie or my sister put that on for me because I'm hopeless when it comes to that stuff. So if you were looking for like an eyeliner or lash recommendation, I'm sorry, I'm not your girl for that. But we will be skipping on to lips, and I actually have 3 options when it comes to lips, and I have a lip oil, a lip gloss, and a lipstick. I do not have a liquid lip option because I hate liquid lipsticks. They're 2016 to me and they can stay there. I hate it. It hurts my lips. They always look busty and crusty, so don't have an option there for you. But the thing that's like super trendy right now is lip oil, and I get why. My first lip oil I ever tried was the Ulta lip oil, which it's good, but this one is just like, it's even better. This is the NYX Fat Lip Oil. It's supposed to be a dupe for the Dior, and I got it in the shade Supermodel. It is so pretty. I'll show you. Just, it's easy to put on and it smells good. It has like a light scent to it, which is nice because I can handle some scent, but like not much. And it's only $9. I don't know if I said that, but it's a super good deal. And look at it. Look at it. It's so pretty. I almost went with the lighter pink shade, but I'm glad I didn't because I feel like this just gives it more of a punch. Like it looks like raspberries or something. So yeah, favorite lip oil. This is the one I repurchased. If I lost both of them, this is the one I get. All right, we're gonna talk about lip gloss now. And this is the Maybelline Lifter Gloss. And I feel like TikTok talks about it all the time because it's supposed to be a dupe for the Fenty one. But I accidentally grabbed it in a shade that I didn't mean to. I meant to grab the shade Moon, which is what I've heard is the closest color match to the shade Fussy by Fenty. So I've never tried this shade because I accidentally grabbed number 4 instead of number 3. But yeah, this is the shade Silk. So we shall see if I like this shade. But even if I don't like the shade, I already know I love the formula. So let's get it on. All right, so this is the shade Silk. It's different from Moon. It's quite a bit darker than the shade Moon, and like, I don't know, I feel like Moon is a little more pink. I'm not obsessed with the shade. I wish I would have grabbed the shade I meant to grab, but oh well. Again though, it's a beautiful formula and it's only $8, so super affordable. So I would recommend this gloss. This is my favorite gloss, and if you haven't tried this gloss yet, like, you should. It's so good. Okay, now we're gonna go to my favorite lipstick. I'm obsessed with it. I wear it like every weekend when we work weddings, and it is the e.l.f. Let me see, I don't even know what it's called, but it's the e.l.f. lipstick. I forgot what it's called. It's like, I think it's the satin O-Face ones, and this is the shade Pillow Talk, or Dirty Talk, I'm sorry. I heard it's supposed to be a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk, or it's also a NARS dupe. If you look at the packaging, I can totally see how it's a NARS dupe. And it's only $9, and I absolutely love the formula. It feels so nice, and it lasts a really long time, and I really like the color. I think it's like the perfect color. All right, that is a lipstick. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's so beautiful. It's like pinky, peachy, I don't know how to explain it, I just love it. And again, I also don't have any lip liner recommendations to you because I don't really use lip liner. I feel like every time I use lip liner, it just like, I don't know, I don't like when you can tell that like my lips are lined, like unless I have the exact lip pencil that's gonna match my lipstick perfectly. I just don't like it. And that was my cat opening the door, so over his paw. So if you heard that, that was just Indy. But yeah, I have a couple lip liners. I say my favorite lip liner I have is the LA Girl one, and it's only like $3. And I definitely like pencils a lot more than I like the cream lip liners. I mean, it's kind of a pain in the butt because if you sharpen them, but I just think that pencils like work better for me. And when I use the cream ones, sometimes they'll slip around and like it doesn't look right. So I don't know, I don't really like lip liners very much. I feel like that's an unpopular opinion. I feel like people are obsessed with lip liners, and I'm kind of just like on them. But yeah, those are my lipstick recommendations. Those are the ones I'd buy first. And yeah, I'm going to spray my face one more time because I'm going to a barbecue in 95-degree heat. I need my setting spray. But yeah, so I'm gonna spray my face one more time and then I'll show you what this makeup looks like in natural light. Okay guys, here's what the makeup looks like in natural lighting. And I don't know, I just think it's super pretty and like natural looking. I don't know why. I feel like, oh there we go, that's better, that's a little bit better lighting. But you see what I'm saying? Like, it just looks natural. Like obviously you can tell I'm wearing makeup, but like it still looks like me. I feel like sometimes when people put on a lot of makeup, they look really different, which is totally fine. Like if that's your vibe, go for it, girl, be you. But my vibe is to still look like me, just like an enhanced version. So my hair is still wet from my shower because it's so long. It takes 3 hours to dry. But yeah, I'm off to a barbecue. I'm also going to film this exact same trend but with skincare. So if you are curious as to what my favorite skincare is, make sure you are subscribed and have hit the bell because that should be next week's video. So yeah, if you subscribe and hit the bell, you'll get notified when I post that. And if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to follow me on any of my social medias, I will write them down below and link them down below. And I hope you have an amazing day. Bye!
You are always on my mind, always on my mind.